Yeah.
Okay, so we have stopped at the moment, like up to here, handling units. Okay. So as per the specification, okay, so we have done this one, original units and the standard units. We have completed this one. And there is a small correction, Maradi. So yesterday I was given like standardized character, like the character result for the numeric point. Like I'll show you in the coding process. So yesterday I have given, like if it is temp, then do like I mentioned this round column, right? For the numeric.
Yeah.
Because we check to convert in the Fahrenheit to the Celsius yesterday. We did this calculation. Because this one is not a multi-study. This is only one site we have. Okay. So we don't need to change to the Fahrenheit to Celsius. I just shows as an example, but right now we don't need this one. Okay. So I just remove this part and I just directly map to original results. Okay, VSTRS is equal to original result, because there is only one site only, so that's why I directly map with this one. Okay, and the same goes to here also in the units. We don't have the Celsius, so I just directly map this one to original units. Okay, the standard units directly map to the original units. Okay, you understand, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna continue. There is a okay, 1 second. Let me take this. Okay, Bala. Yesterday we have talked. I'm just gonna give brief for him. So we started the vital signs. The vital signs is basically you have a pulse, temperature, systolic blood pressure, and the diastolic blood pressure. Okay, so those are the vital signs we do. And we also have, as per the control terminology, we also have some other parameters: height, weight, BMI. Those also we consider. And this is the vital signs raw data set. So here you have pulse unit, pulse result, and the temperature unit, temperature result, systolic unit, systolic result, and diastolic. So so 4 parameters we have. Okay, and here we have recorded time and record date and record time. So there is two columns. Like for example, in the vital signs we don't have start date and end date, so it is only the collection of the date and collection of the time. So we have recorded date and recorded time. Okay, that's the difference. And we also have in the visit wise, like screening, period 1, period 2. So in the period 1 there is a time point, like they have collected the vital signs in a 0 hour, 2 hour, 8 hours. So the check-in is the check-in and check-out. So the check-in before the study drug was administered, on the time they take some vital signs, and after giving the administration of the drug in the 0 hour, they have given, they have taken the vital signs. And after the post dose of 2 hours, they take again the vital signs, and after post dose of 8 hours, they take in the vital signs. And before they checking out of the particular day, and the time also they have checked the vital signs. So this is the different time points they have checked the vital signs. Okay. Okay, so what else? So this is the site is just 001. So there is not a multi location, like multi-study. It's not a multi-site study. Okay, so just one site.
Okay.
So I have I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, so I'm taking the vital raw. Then I as usual took the subject ID and study ID. So as per the specification, we have to do the study ID and domain ID with the subject ID. Okay, and the VS sequence we do at the end. And the group ID, sponsor ID, these are permissible variables. And we need to do this test CD and test. Okay, these are the parameters. The pulse, temperature, those are the parameters. We need to map these ones. So before these ones, we have to sort the data. We have to sort the data in order to get that parameters in a proper way. So for that reason, we need to derive the collection date first, and the time point first, and the time point numeric and the visits. Okay. So for that reason, I have did the yesterday I have done that date of collection, which is the record date and record time. Then I have taken the time point directly mapped to the TP. Okay. So if we go to the CRF, so here is the TP is the mapping variable for the VSTPT, vital signs time point. So I map that one, and if it is VSTPT check-in, okay, if it is check-in, so we have to give the numeric as per the specification. We have to give the numeric VSTPT num. Okay, we need to give this derive. So for that we give as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it is 0 hours, 2 hours checkout, like that. And also same goes with visit. So if it is a screening, okay, then we give the numeric format, like visit num is 0, 1, 2. Okay, period 1 and period 2. Okay, so these numbers are given by the lead programmer. So these numbers should be same for the whole study. Okay, whole study groups. So after that, so we need to sort based on the study ID wise, unique subject ID wise, okay, the numeric wise, and the time point wise, okay, visit wise and time point wise. So the numeric should be in the first. Okay, always numeric should be first after the character. So when you do the sorting, so you know about this ones, right? So even the date of collection, okay, you have to sort like this, then only you would get the right how do you say, the right date of sorting. So after that you need to, because the VS test CD, because we need to derive this variable VS test and VS, these both are required variables, so we need to derive this one. Since our raw data set is in the columns, right, all the parameters in the column ways, so we need to transpose so that these parameters should come in as a row wise. Okay, so for that reason I did the transpose. So initially I take the parameters, pulse, temperature, sys, and diastolic. Then after that one, so if it is like once you get VS3, so let me check. Okay. So you can see the pulse, temp, sys, dia is come like this, like row wise. Okay, so once you get that one, so you need to, because this is a name variable, okay, so we need to put the VS test CD, and we have to derive these ones. If it is pulse, that is pulse and pulse rate. So the VS test CD is the short name and VS test is the long name. Okay, just to understand. Then after that, so we have the original results here, the column 1. So we need to map with the original. So this one, original results, VS OREES. Okay, so for that reason I map directly to the column 1. Okay. And since it is not a multiple site study, so there is only one site. So what is the difference between VS ORS and the standard results? Okay, so there is a difference, because in the multiple site study, you maybe collect the data in different ways. Okay, so for example, in UK you will call the weight is in pounds, but in kilograms, but in USA you call as pounds. So you should have to convert everything in the standardized format. So on that reason, there is a variable called the numeric result standard units. Okay, so this one we need to convert. We need to convert into because here is just one site, so we directly map to the original results. Okay, and so this one is a different thing, so we don't want this one at the moment. So I just drop this column 1, and after that, how we did the parameters, the same way we have to do with the units. Okay, so we have units here. So we have units the same way you do sort. So you do transpose, and after that you map with the VS, like how I did with the test parameters, the same thing. Okay, so here we have control terminology. So based on the control terminology, we change it to bits per minute. And if it is mm of Hg, we change it to mmHg. And the same goes to how we did with on the top, how we did with this one. And I did the same with the standard units, directly mapped to the original units. So up to here, we have completed. Okay, so the next one. So since we have completed the units, so pulse is done, units are done, and we have the results in the character format. So the normal, abnormal, you can see here, these are the in the character results. Okay. So yesterday we mistakenly mapped this character one with these results. But right now, this is the right way to do the character result. We need to map this variable. Okay. Yeah, a bit confusing, but I will send you the videos for you also to understand especially for the vital signs, so that you can have this one. So handling test results in characters. Okay. This one. So same like how we did here. Okay, anyway, we have here. Anyway, we sorted already, so we don't need to do again. So I take this one. Okay. So the VS2, and I put VS3. Okay, and everything is the same. Just we need to change here pulse R, temp R, sys R. Okay, because we are doing the character results, right? Like that. And here is 4, 3, R, R, R. And we don't change anything because these two variables we needed to merge at the end. For that reason, we should need some common variable. So for that reason, we keep it as it is. Okay, so now, okay, so we don't want these things. We don't want this. To here, we don't want it. So I'm going to map this variable, the character result. Okay. So I keep like that. Okay, this is in character. Okay, let me do this one. Okay. Not this one, sorry. VS333. This one. Okay, this is a column 1. So obviously it is in character format. Okay, so we're gonna keep it as it is column. Okay, for the character. Okay, now we are going to merge all these things, all these 4, like the test parameters, test units, and test results in characters. Okay, we're going to merge VS4, VS444, VS444. Okay. As usual, when you do any kind of merging, you always have to sort. Okay, so I take this part. Okay. So VS4, so we don't need this one. Okay, so in order to merge, so we should need any variable because this is a common variable. So we take VS test CD or VS test, is up to you how you want. Okay. So I do the same thing with the other 2, 4, 4. So this is for the test parameters, this is for test units, and this is for test results. Okay, in the characters. Okay, so we run this one. VS444 does not exist. Okay, I think I have to run. Okay. Okay, now it's good. Now we're gonna go for merge. So data. Okay. So I put final. So merge VS4, VS44, VS444. And I take this one to sort. Okay. Okay, it's total 1616 observation system variable. So you have here, no, this is not the one. Final. Okay. So maybe you can hide these ones. We don't need it. So we have VS test, VS original unit, VS in the numeric format. So in the subunit, in the standard is unit, and the character format, standard in the character format. Okay, so we have all the information there. Now we're going to do the next variable. So these are the permissible variables. So we don't have this information. So I'll just ignoring that one. And the next one is the VSBLF, which is a baseline flag. Okay, if the record has a last non-missing value and the VSDTDC prior to RF XSTDTC, then VSBLF will equal to S, else null. Okay, so here is the collection date and the treatment start date. Okay, the treatment start date before. So here, what is the baseline flag? That is very important to. Okay. Baseline flag. So when you will give the baseline flag equal to yes. So prior to drug administration, okay, prior to drug administration, the latest or nearest to the value before the drug administration. Okay. So that value we consider baseline flag. Okay, that value we consider baseline flag equal to yes. Okay. So what does that mean? For example, so you in one, like 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here you take the vital signs. Okay, you take the vital signs. It is in the screening stage. Okay, screening stage. And after that, 1 second, 5, 1.8 maybe, and then after. Okay, and here also you take vital signs. Here also you take the vital signs. I'm talking about this is the timing points. Okay, and this is the drug administration time. This time you take the vital signs. Okay, like you mean after, like when if the patient is taking the medication like in the tablet form, and right away they check the vital signs. So that value, this one. Okay, and this is the post drug administration. Okay, post drug administration, they're taking the vital signs. Okay, so they have taken 1.5 hours and 1.8. So this is the nearest to the drug administration. So before the, like, this is the nearest, right? Then right after they give me the drug. So this one will be considered for the as your baseline. And this value you give as S. And this is very important. They will ask in interview which value will be considered as a baseline value. So you have to mention like the before, the nearest and the latest value before the drug administration, that value we consider as a baseline. Okay. So the vital signs baseline flag as per the raw data set. So we have 0, okay, period 1. Okay, and we have after the post dose is 2 hours. Okay, so 1 second. This is a screening and this is a period 1 in the 0 hours, because in 0 hour we don't know at what time they have given the drug administration. Okay, so either they're giving in like 40 minutes or maybe 20 minutes or maybe 15 minutes. But in like, for example, if they're giving in 20 minutes in 1 hour, the vital sign was collected on like, the vital signs are collected at 5 minutes. So that value is the nearest. After that, they didn't take any kind of vital signs, and in the 20 minutes, they given the drug administration. So that value you have to consider as a vital signs. Okay. So in this study, the 0 is the hour, because we don't know at what time they have given the drug. So because we don't have the timing also. So in this case, what we do for setting up the vital signs baseline flag, the data, let me do the final one, set final. If VS TPT, which is the time point, equal to 0, because we don't know exactly, then we just give this when flag equal to yes. Okay. And we can also put else VS BLF equal to, you can give as a missing because it says in the specification as a null. Okay, just put as a missing. You understand this point, right? In 0 hours, we don't know exactly at what time they have given the drug in 1 hour. So we may think like, okay, this is a 0 hour. In 20 minutes, they have given the drug administration, and 15 in 5 minutes, we have taken the vital signs. So that is the latest and nearest value for the drug. Just let's assume, because here there is no exactly the time points are there, and they also didn't mention any exactly the time points. That's why I consider directly to mention with the 0 hours. When it is 0 hours, that is the value we given as a S. Okay, so we have completed up to VS BLFL. So you see here. So the BSL BFL. So we have given Y. Okay. Which subject is it? Fifth subject. So here, the period 1. In the period 1 and the initial one they taken. So here they have a timing there also. Okay, 7:30. Okay. So after that they have given like any time they have given the drug. We don't know exactly. So I take the first one. Hello.
Okay.
Okay. So as per the control terminology, it's confusing for you, the BSL baseline flag.
అదే
రికార్డింగ్ ఉంది కదా మళ్ళీ చూస్తే క్లియర్ అయిపోతుంది.
Okay, sure. 1 second, I'll just gonna open the vital signs.
ఒకసారి షేర్ చేయాలి, ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే ఇంకొద్ది ఈజీ.
Yeah, today I will send you because I don't have that much time today. So I will send you today.
Yeah.
I will send you both of you.
రేపు వీకెండ్ కదా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తాం.
Yeah, it's very important. Okay, I will send you. Sorry, I will send you everything up to Adam. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So here the VS test CD. Okay, so the control terminology, check the vital signs. VS test CD. Okay, so here you can see in the VS test CD you have pulse, beep, like systolic blood pressure and diastolic blood pressure, temperature. We have 4 parameters, and we also have some more parameters, which is BMI, height, and the weight. So the remaining one we don't have in our study. So these ones you can get it from the DM dataset. The height, BMI, and the weight. Okay. So this one also has to be considered as a vital signs. So for that reason, we need to bring this one from how do you say, like demo.draw from the DM dataset. Okay. Handling, height, weight, and BMI. Okay, so handling, 1 second. Height and weight and BMI. Okay. So when you check in DM dataset, okay, in DM dataset is not dataset. Here you can see the height unit, weight unit, BMI unit. Okay, and these parameters should goes to the vital signs dataset. Okay, as per the control terminology for the VS test CD. So we need to get those information also. Okay, and apart from these, we don't have any other information in this democ.raw. So if we have that information also, you would be seen in the specification, but right now we don't have this information, but they will let you know where should you have to get this information in the specification. Okay, so this information we need to get it, and we need to merge set with this vital signs along with the temperature, pulse, and the systolic blood pressure and diastolic. Okay, let's get that one. Okay, so here demo, we can keep it as it is. So I will open one more program, new program, and I will create as a dummy VS. Okay, I need to write something. Okay, data VS.
I think it will cut off now.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it. Okay, so. And I'm logging right away. Okay.
Okay.